Okay, am I live again? If I'm live again? Okay. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kahuna Silver right here on YouTube. Welcome to a KahunaCAST Mini. Now, this is nothing but it's like a short news segment. This is where all I do is just talk about recent gaming news. For like Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Xbox. It depends on what I see on YouTube and how I feel about it at the moment. So, yeah, I was want to go ahead and just let loose and just talk about some of these like a couple of games that we're gonna be talking about and discussing. That's coming to the Nintendo Switch, and I want to actually discuss them. It's like three things actually I want to talk about, but I'm trying not to be before you long, 20 minutes at least, or 20 to 10 minutes, 10 minutes or 20 minutes at least. Let's see what we do. Let's see what we do, everybody. So, yeah. So, from the back, we are just playing some Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. And, I'm no good at Naruto games. So, if y'all watch this game and be like, yo, this guy sucks at Naruto, I don't blame you. I suck at Naruto. But I love but I do like the manga and I love the games. I just can't get into the anime just like everybody else. How that sounds. I like Naruto, but it's a no-go for me. Okay. So without further ado, let's talk about some interesting news that came out today. Well, one of them is a small little tidbit, and it's about what Nintendo guys are doing at home besides working on big games, like that. Um, it's cool to learn. It's cool to learn that I'm saying Naruto, Nintendo has, how can I say, has a kind of routine like when they're like taking a break away from developing games like Legend of Zelda, um, some Metroid, something Metroid, whatever, whatever they're doing at the time, they take a break from it. Okay, I think it's kind of cool that Nintendo creates small little games. I think it was kind of cool because the topic with this one is because the fact that they released a eShop game called Jump Challenge, um, the Jump Rope Challenge on the Nintendo eShop last night. Now, this is a Nintendo developed game because their developers are hard at work on big games, but this is something they just took time to wind down in their quarantine time when they took a break at home. They just took time and just develop a nice, cute little game, and Nintendo's like, hey, let's put that on the eShop for free. You know, I'm not going to do it here because I'm not getting on camera for you guys. I hate you losers, but I love you guys. B, I'm not jumping. It would be depressing just to see a fat man jump rope. I'd rather do this in my own time where I can get my own exercise in, at the own time. You feel me? You feel me? I love you guys, but I can't do that. That's a no go. But anyway, back to no, we're not gonna skip this. It saved me some talking time. But but I thought that was a little cool. I thought it was pretty cool just to see that Nintendo is like, even though when they're on break, they're still like developing like fun stuff in their little fun time, like just to keep them up. Like, man, I'm bored at the house. What I can do for myself, I can go ahead and just develop like a cute little game for like the Switch, and we can put it on, you know, eShop. But yeah. So, with that being said, let's go into some of the main stuff that is going on today. So, the one thing I want to talk about is Kingdom Hearts is entering their second phase. It starts with the DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3, which I have Kingdom Hearts 3. I do. I stopped playing it because the game was a bit of a slog to play. It's not as fun to play it. What like that game came out and it's not on the Switch. I kind of took a liking to playing my RPGs, my JRPGs on the Nintendo Switch. You know, that's just how I feel about that. So I am really is not really feeling. I'm really not feeling the fact of just playing like Kingdom Hearts. A game is like Kingdom Hearts on I just sit down and just play it. I mean, I have a lot of filth, but I like, but the reason why I finish so many RPGs now is because the fact that it's how can I say the fact that finished a lot of RPGs off now. It's because the fact that they're on the Switch and I can play them more better. It's more better that way. So with that being said, Kingdom Hearts second phase and everything, I like how they start in the phase off with the DLC, that the reminded DLC. How about they are actually releasing a game on Nintendo Switch? Shockers! Square Enix, remember? Nintendo fans like Kingdom Hearts. I know it's shockers, ain't it? I mean, so yeah, we're getting a rhythm game, a Kingdom Hearts rhythm game called Melody of Memories, aka Mom. And I think it was just I think it's a little neat, a little nice little game, but it does ring a big concern when when you're talking about third parties on Nintendo Switch. It's the same thing with Persona 5, in my opinion, where the fans are wanting Persona 5, but we're getting Persona 5 Scramble and Joker, and we're getting everything but Persona 5. But with somehow this rhythm game is like a bit of lore and canon and stuff like that. It's a spin-off, but it's also lore and canon. You know how Kingdom Hearts goes. You know how these games go. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. Kingdom Hearts games are chuck full of lore and everything, and they're most of the times they're freaking canon for like no reason. Like they're like recoded. I didn't know that was canon to the story. I didn't know that was canon. I and recoded wasn't really a good game. And one game I refused. I had bad history with that game. I I'm just being real with you, man. I just like yeah, but this little rhythm game that Kingdom Hearts is coming out with for the Nintendo Switch, it's coming out for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One as well. However, it's still a rhythm game. And Kingdom Hearts fans on Nintendo Switch have been begging for actual Kingdom Hearts on the Nintendo Switch, and I think that's where the frustrations of the Nintendo fan base is coming from. Like they hear us, but they're not really making the big moves to actually do us. Like again, like with Persona 5, we got Joker and Smash, and we get Persona 5 Scramble, which acts as a sequel to the main game of Persona 5. It's not a sequel to R. It's not a sequel to R. It's a it's a sequel to the original Persona 5, aka Persona 5 Volume 2. Um so yeah, like people were happy to receive that game. Even I played the demo for that game. And I thought that demo was great. For the little bit I played of that demo, and it was freaking awesome. I just really just wanted to just I didn't mean to get hit there. I didn't mean to hit it there either. Okay, yeah. See, I suck at Naruto. I told y'all. But yeah, with that being said and everything, I just wanted to just like say that yeah, developers really are just potty picking. When we was talking about brick free persona, Atlas must have heard just the PC community because they have not been hearing the vocal minority who are asking for like Persona on Switch. They put Persona 4 Golden, which I am playing. I am playing Persona 4 Golden right now, and I think it's a awesome game. It's just on the PC, and it's tiring to play on a PC for me. Like I just can't sit there at a PC and just like, hey, just play a game. Like when I'm on a PC, I also want to be on YouTube. I also want to be. I'm not like I'm not really young anymore where I could just play on a PC for hours and hours on days. I'm 26 years old. At this point, I just want to just sit down with a controller in my hand, and just game away. You know, that's why that's why oh man, I messed up right there. I am in love with the Nintendo Switch. It's more it's more balanced, it's more good. I can actually get down with something like the Nintendo Switch. I can actually play something like the Nintendo Switch. You feel me? You know, well, I don't have to you know play a game like that. So that's why I think that Persona 4 Golden should also be coming to the Nintendo Switch. It's a console that's convenient for my life. It's a good console that gets convenient for my life. And this goes the same for like games like Kingdom Hearts and stuff like that. I'm happy that we're getting like the spin-off titles, but can we get some of that main stuff, like everybody else is doing? Oh my god, I missed that because I was talking. But I just want to be honest with you. I really do think that more. I really do want to think that companies should go. I really want to say this to both the companies. Companies gotta start listening to Nintendo fans. All right, they gotta start listening to Nintendo fans. They want these games on their console. Like a lot of people have been asking for games like Naruto, Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, Goku, not Goku, Kakarot. All right, they've been asking for Kakarot. They've been asking for Soul Calibur. They've been asking for. They've been asking for what's another game they've been asking for? Tekken 7, but we get Jump Force. You feel me? So yeah, third parties, yeah, they really need to start listening to their fan bases. Like I'm not saying this to be like a petty little piece of crap, but I'm just like saying this because I think third parties don't listen to us enough. But they get the general idea. Yeah, they want Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, they want Persona. They want They want Persona. They want Persona. They want Kingdom Hearts on their consoles. So let's toss them anything. They want it on the console. That's all they hear. Like they want it on the console. It's like that. It's like we have to be specific about it now. We have to be specific about it. Uh, that's how it is. We have to be specific about it. I'm sorry, my Xbox controller. I've been playing my Xbox One lately, and it's just literally like I'm over here trying to push the buttons. Oh my! After playing Xbox and Nintendo Switch, you're gonna hate yourself. But what I was trying to say is, companies, we want like mainline stuff like Persona 5, Persona 4 Golden, Persona R, that stuff on Nintendo Switch. We want Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3 on Nintendo Switch, or the Story So Far plus 3 collections, on Nintendo Switch. That's what we really want. But however, as a Nintendo fan, as we ask for this stuff, we can't just let that stuff just sit on the shelf once they make it, because that's tossing money. And they're looking to make back money. As a Nintendo fan, when you ask for something, don't just sit there with your mouth folded. You gotta get up and grab it, even if it doesn't come out the way it does. Well, let's be honest here. We want the Outer Worlds to look better on the Nintendo Switch because we know it can look better on the Nintendo Switch. But give me a second. I got something in the oven. Give me a minute. I got something in the oven. And I'm back. I'm sorry, I had something in the oven. I had to go check on it. But yeah, as I was saying, like as Nintendo fans, we ask for this stuff, and we demand that these companies actually do it. But when it doesn't come out looking like PlayStation and Xbox, you gotta be able to play it. Why you ask for it on your console? You know that the Switch is not as strong as the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, so you know that the ports is not gonna look exactly 1-to-1. That's why I still buy them though. Like Witcher 3, I took a gamble on that game. I love that game. I feel like I'm playing the actual version on Nintendo Switch. I feel like when Dragon Ball Fighters came out, of course I had it on Xbox already because I didn't want to miss out on it because it's a Dragon Ball Z game. But I still wanted to play, Dragon Ball. I was still wanting to play Dragon Ball Fighters on my Nintendo Switch because I thought that game was a perfect fit for the Nintendo Switch. So I do want these third parties to actually listen up and actually see that I'm supporting their ports. They can support their ports. They can just toss port at the port at the port. Or, but I understand the quality will come when they see that the money is showing. The fact that we're getting it shows that they want interest. They show interest into the console. So we want the actual full support. We gotta buy into their interest. If their interest is wrong, they're not gonna actually support us like we should be supporting them. That's why even though I already know that Jump Force is a horrible game, it's a bad anime game. I know that, okay? I know the port of the Nintendo Switch is going to have frame rate drops, going to have technical issues. I already know all of this good stuff. All right? I already know all that, but still, I'm going to buy Jump Force on Nintendo Switch because I want to see Bandai Namco bring more of those heavy hitter titles over to my Nintendo Switch. Yeah. That was a mouthful. So yeah, this is something about the third party. This is why I'm going to support Jump Force. This is why I'm going to support Crisis when it come out to Nintendo Switch. You know, if Call of Duty was to come out on the Nintendo Switch right now, the next Call of Duty game was to come out on the Nintendo Switch or Madden, I would buy that just to see these companies actually make more games. You know, as Nintendo fans, we ask, but we don't act. We ask, but we don't act when we finally get it. Yeah, that's how I feel about third party situations with Nintendo fans. Does it make sense? Is the message clear? Is it through your head? Does it make sense? If it doesn't, if it doesn't make sense, like I understand a lot of people say, nah, man, I give up the Nintendo Switch version for the better version. It's not worth it for the Nintendo Switch version. Yeah. Then don't be one of the ones that be complaining that the Switch has no games. Like seriously, you ask for this stuff, then when support comes, you don't want to play it because it doesn't look like the other everybody else's. Then you be mad because Nintendo Switch. Then you be mad because Nintendo Switch doesn't get no games. It doesn't make sense. If you want support, you gotta support the support. But that's just one thing that I noticed about Kingdom Hearts. You know, I noticed about Kingdom Hearts. Um, the memory loss game. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it myself because I want Kingdom Hearts on the Switch. I want them to see that as an interest for the Switch. I'm gonna buy Persona Scramble when it comes over to the Nintendo Switch because I want them to see there's interest in Persona on the Nintendo Switch. You know, uh, uh, we kind of hurt because Persona Q2 was like the last 3DS game to be released, so we literally was hurt by that. So yeah, we gotta show that there's still interest in Persona on Nintendo systems. You know, I understand that the gap is going to get wider due to next generation systems, and we go back talked about those in a few minutes. But I'm about to talk about next gen games in a few minutes. But I just really want to explain to you guys third party support is important. So don't take games like Persona 5 Scramble or Kingdom Hearts, Melodies and Memories lightly. You want those games on your Nintendo Switch. You want those games on your Nintendo Switch. So yeah. So next thing I want to talk about is the Pokemon, event that's happening tomorrow. Now, I'll be honest with you. I think this is the way that they're going to format it because they didn't get to have their big conference tomorrow. They didn't had a big conference in May, so they had to push something together. So I think this is the way they're going to actually try to do it. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Nintendo should do the same with Nintendo Direct. I mean, we understand that y'all working from home, but we have companies like Microsoft and Sony and Pokemon, who is a part of Nintendo, so doing these kind of digital events. Like everybody's trying to do these digital events from home. You see them in their own living room. They dress nice and everything. Is this because y'all don't know how? Is it because the internet over there is that crappy? Okay. Yeah, but then again, you want these big games on your system. So yeah, I'm just not. You want to show? Well, I just leaked in. I just leaked into the other subject. Forgive me for a minute. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is these Pokemon events should paint a picture for Nintendo what to do in the upcoming months of July and August. It seems like they're not even a part of the summer of gaming. And they are gaming. And they are gaming. They literally the definition of gaming, Nintendo. So yeah. Um but the Pokemon event, I'll be honest with you, I think they're gonna talk more about the Crown Tundra. They're gonna do a countdown like they did with what's that game called? Little Town Hero. They're gonna do a countdown to the to the Isle of Armor DLC release, they're gonna play. They're gonna play some of it. You know, you're gonna hear her talk about the DLC, show some more stuff off, give us some more news for the DLC. They might even have some new game announcements tomorrow. Be honest with you, I'll be happy if they show off Detective Pikachu, the Switch version of Detective Pikachu, or the sequel, wherever they're showing off tomorrow. I'll be happy if they show that off, or a what's that game? Or a Johto version of Let's Go. I want to play a Johto version of Let's Go. I don't know about you guys, but I want to play a Johto version of Let's Go. I loved Let's Go Pikachu so much. It was actually a very good remake. Um, I really actually like the Wi-Fi battling in it. I actually had a lot of fun. That's why I'm in the Wi-Fi battling on Pokemon Sword and Shield. But haha, gotta play what you can play. But I actually that's all I wanted to talk about. That Pokemon digital event thing that's happening tomorrow, that presentation. I actually want it to be a good presentation, you know. I actually want Nintendo to actually not Nintendo, but Pokemon Company to rekindle the goodwill of the Nintendo not Nintendo fan base, the Pokemon fan base. If they will listen, that's the problem. If the Pokemon fan base will listen. But yeah. I want them to do that, but I highly doubt they're going to actually like try to listen. But I'm pretty sure that Pokemon Company have something to say. I actually feel like the Pokemon Company has something to say, you know, and I actually can't wait to see what they have to say and what they have to show off, you know. It's some Nintendo news at least, man. Let's be honest with ourselves. It's some Nintendo news at least. You know, just to hear from Pokemon, okay, it's just Pokemon. But it's Nintendo news. Come on now. We've been starving for Nintendo news this whole freaking summer, you know, and that's basically the gist of it, you know. I really do like it. So yeah. So with that out the way, like I said, I'm looking more to like the DLC, some more announcements, and some more stuff. Oh man, my phone is blowing the heck up. Um, but yeah. So who ready to talk about? So who's ready to talk about like some generally good. Oh my bad. Who ready to talk about like some really good juicy stuff? Okay, I got one more topic I want to talk about. And I just want to talk about my experience with Persona 4, Persona 4 Golden on the PC. Now my PC is low end. All right, my PC is basically like a business computer. I mean, it's a low end computer that can basically do up to 720p, but it can do up to 1080p. But when it comes to gaming, the graphics takes a major hit. Most of my games on PC are like Sonic Knuckles 3, Sonic Adventure, Sonic Generations, and Persona. Yeah, it's basically Sonic Sega stuff. So yeah, most of my PC gaming it's bad for me. So it took a hit for me to get used to. I had to keep messing around with the settings just to get a good performance out of Persona 4 Golden. Yeah. So yeah, right now I'm having bad frame drops, but with a good performance. It's at 30 frames per second, so I don't even get to enjoy the full HD treatment like everybody else. Because even when I do start the game be chugging. It be chugging like a madman when the game even begins. I can't even play like a cutscene in the game. It be like that's how it bees in the game. That's bad. You know. You know what, man? I'm supposed to be playing the game. I'm gonna skip this movie because, good God, I just want to play the game already. I did not think it would be that long. Oh, freaking y'all watch Naruto, right? Y'all watch Naruto. So yeah. So yeah. With Persona 4 Golden is I've only played through Yosuke's, Chia, and Yukiko's. I only played through Yuki those three's Personas chapter yet, so I'm not really that deep in. I'm about 6 hours into the game, and you know I'm 6 hours into the game. I got the game on PlayStation 2. I had the game on Vita. I was very far when I had it on Vita. And again, handheld gaming saves your life on those JRPGs. Because I'm telling you now. But my God, man, Persona, like, even with Persona like 5, I can't even play it. Like, Persona 5 is, it's a long game, and Persona 4 is a little bit shorter. But Persona 4 Golden so far, it's a fun Persona game. And that's the thing I like about it. It's not too serious. Of course, yes, there's a murderer on the case, throwing people in TVs and all like that. But it's a fun Persona game. And I think that's what makes it good. You know, like with Persona 5, it had good story, had good characters, it had good music and a good foundation. Persona 4 is just fun. And I think that's what they did with Golden. Even with their intro, they took like the serious tone out the intro and they took the serious tone out the intro and they just like made it more, how can I say, from, they just made like more fun. It's just like, how can I say, I actually do like what Persona 4 Golden does. It's actually a fun game. It actually gets me engaged, and I just like how I just like the weather system so much better than I do the I just want to be honest with you. I like the weather system much more better than the how can I say the what was the system in the days system, like they actually give you like days, but you gotta watch the weather. It's more engaging and it's much strategic with the weather system, because with the weather system you can like, I just like how in the game like Persona 5, like Persona 4, you gotta, how can I say, you gotta like watch the weather, see how much time does it gives you in order to like save somebody or they die. And I like that. It's much more strategic than Persona 5's is much more strategic than day system. It gives you how many days you get to go. I mean, it's basically watch your days, how they go. Just watch how you do what you do in your gay days, and that's all it's basically amount to. But yeah, it's not bad. But I like the day system more because you gotta watch the weather. You know, like, okay, it's raining today. Okay, so we know the fall comes after the rain. So I gotta watch the news report, making sure that the news report, you know, I gotta make sure that the news report doesn't say it's gonna be some fog, or I gotta get back into the TV or something like that, and then I gotta go save somebody. But it's a better system, and I think that's what makes it fun because you're playing at your leisure, and we all know weather happens randomly. So yeah, you're playing at your own leisure, yeah. And with those, and I think the weather system gives you more time to prepare. I think the weather system gives you more time to prepare for like an upcoming like castle or a dungeon than they do in Persona than in Persona 5. Like you can spend like most of the time just goofing around in town and everything. You know, you wanna go like you wanna go save, you know, whoever is up the bat, and you know, you gotta make sure that you watch your weather system, making sure like the weather system is working in your favor. That's what I like about this Persona 4. That's what I like about Persona 4. So yeah, when it comes down to battles, it's basically standard Persona stuff. Give me just a moment. Give me just a moment. Give me just a moment. these podcasts a lot. Stands us a lot. My bad. I had to go take it out. I had to go take whatever I had in the oven out the oven. Okay, well, it's chicken, but so yeah. What I was talking about Persona 5 before, right? So yeah, that's my experience. I think the dungeon. Okay, one thing that Persona 5 has over Persona 4 was dungeon design. Yeah, that's one thing that I feel like they had a big advantage because Persona 4's dungeons feel a lot hallway like it doesn't give you it doesn't give you a good reason to explore, which yeah, I mean you get the occasional doors and everything. That's about it. You get the occasional door and everything on Persona 5, and that's about it. And that's actually kind of how can I say? It's basic. It's basic for like a Persona game, but I think like what Persona 5 did was like okay, it varied on level design. It gave you a lot to explore. It just did you more better, instead of just going and find like a just going to find like a simple like little treasure chest or something like in a room with maybe one or two enemies in it. I think that's the grand appeal. With Persona 5, it's more of the explorer's game than it is like a person who likes to like explore. So yeah, and that's just the part about Persona 5. That's but then again, I'm only into like I'm not even that far in the game. I'm only 6 hours in to the game. I'm only 6 hours into the game, and that's about it for me. That's a good amount of time to actually like play that game. But yeah, Persona 5 4, it's just fun. I like the combat a lot. I like the characters a lot. The cheery upbeat method of the game. It's something like it's really good. Yeah, I have the original Persona 4 on PlayStation 4. I have Persona 4 Arena, but I have Persona 4 Arena, but I had the original Persona 4, and I had Golden on PS Vita. And I think that Persona 4 Golden does Persona 4 a lot of justice, especially when taking into consideration with like what the game adds. I like it that we got skill cards, the skill card system in there balanced. I don't remember, was there ever a skill card balance a skill card system in the original? Uh, Oh, it's been a while since I played that game. All right, so I may have to play it. Yeah, but it's actually fun. When you actually play the game, it's a fun RPG altogether. So if you want to try out Persona 4 Golden, please do yourself a favor and just try it out. Persona 4 Golden is a good RPG. It's not like it's not tediously long, but it's fun. It's a fun RPG. This is the reason why people like Persona. It's a really freaking good RPG. Yeah, I think it's the now it. What in the heck? So yeah. So one thing I want to go ahead and just touch on before we get into my last topic of the day, my last little bit of a topic. I talked enough about Persona 4, and now I just want to talk a little bit about next generation of consoles. Now, I was watching a podcast last night that was talking about next generation consoles, and I think that it's just give me a little insight about next generation of console, and this is something I've been feeling about next generation of console this whole time. So I actually wanted to say this: next generation of consoles, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, these consoles feel so unnecessary, especially when you got systems like the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X on the market. Especially to that degree, I feel like I feel like I feel like these consoles are so unnecessary, and it's just for the sheer power of what these consoles can do. It seems like everybody's trying to figure out how to make games better on home console. With Well, focus on more of the looks of the game, the performances of the game, and see. And that's the thing, though. I understand that performance does matter when you take into consideration of gameplay, but okay, what can these consoles do for us gameplay wise versus what the other consoles can't do? Because a lot of people were like looking at Ratchet and Clank, and they was like talking about, oh well, you see how the SSD is working on Ratchet and Clank. You actually see this working on Ratchet and Clank. This is why this ASD exists and everything. But no, it's not. Is that all it's going to do? Just make something load faster, make worlds pop up faster, and stuff like that seamlessly? That's all it's going to do? I mean, that's okay for the first run, but what is it going to do for my gameplay areas? How is it going to do for my gameplay? What is going to change? What is it going to change? You know, for me, like, is it going to switch it up? And see, when you actually look at these consoles and what they're actually looking like and how they're actually working, they're talking about faster load times, being able to switch between games seamlessly. It's thundering outside, but that's all they're doing is talking about how to switch between games seamlessly. That's cool and all, but when it comes to these actual games that are being developed for the system, what is doing for my gameplay? What is this changing for my gameplay? What is it going to do for my gameplay? Oh, this next generation of consoles is going to make the gameplay feel better. What can you do with gameplay further than what you couldn't do with the next generation of consoles? Nothing, right? I understand load times. I'm not. That's something that's never bothered me. Load times, load times and load screens and stuff like that. That never bothered me. Give me just a moment. Keep getting called. Yeah. Okay. Well, I was talking about my gameplay. Yeah. Now, I had a next gen video a while back. I had made a next gen video a while back, and I had predicted that you will be getting more of the same. I told you you'll be getting better performance, but with just more of the same. I told you guys this like months back. I think it was last year even. I told you this, guys. The next generation of consoles is just gonna be more of the same. And look what I said. I said it just right. I predicted it. It was so predictable. I don't understand why everybody's getting hype. The graphics gonna look better. It's gonna look shinier. Faster load times. Better performance. This stuff was going to come. This stuff was going to come. And see, this is one of the reasons why I like Nintendo a lot, because with them, you don't understand what the console is going to be or what the console is going to do, and that's just the wow factor of what keep gaming alive. It like if you just do gaming, just like if you just do gaming the way you always been doing it, then gaming is going to end up in a spot where this game is going to get prettier and everything. And that's not the only issue I have with next gen. What I what I actually saw with the PlayStation 5 was an all digital console. Microsoft did an all digital console, and everybody's rooting for Microsoft to make an all digital console again for the Xbox Series X. Why would you want that? These is going to get to a point where you can't deny that gaming exists on PC mostly, where you have to buy PC, you have to upgrade your parts. It's going to get to a point where gaming is going to be just like PC, where you have to download your games. You're not going to be able to own nothing. I'm looking at my wall of games right now. I'm looking at my little space of games, and I'm looking at my games. I'm like, dang, I have a good collection of video games. I like collecting physical cases of video games because it's a good thing. It's mine. It's in my house. It's my property. The only thing I don't own is like updates and DLC because I pay for that stuff, but I don't own that stuff. So yeah, I pay for that stuff, but I own that stuff. So yeah, this all. So I'm pretty sure that this generation of console is actually gonna actually like it's actually gonna have us like doing like some. It's actually gonna have us like just playing like our games digitally. It's gonna have us playing these games digitally. Like I don't want to play like, oh man, I just can't. I get out of this. Finally, sorry. Yeah, it's getting to that point, man. I'm just at that point. I'm just scared for the future of gaming. I don't want it to be to like a part where gaming becomes just like a staple. Where all your games are not going to be digital. I don't want that kind of future. As they keep pushing these faster. If they keep as these keep they keep pressing against for these faster SSDs and all that stuff in these consoles and all that stuff. Like this stuff doesn't come cheap, but they're wanting that kind of performance in these consoles because they're trying to push that all digital stuff. This is why they kind of push this fastest. This is why they're trying to push these SSDs, these faster SSDs, because they want you to actually buy into the hype that this is what the next generation of consoles is going to be like. We're trying to make this. We're trying to make we're trying to make the next generation of consoles. We're trying to make the next generation of consoles, more of how can I say, more fit for this kind of stuff, because this is the path to where games are going. File sizes are getting bigger. They're injecting more that storage into these consoles because this is where they want these consoles to go. They want you to download your games. That's why Sony comes out with a all digital version of the PS5. We was expecting just to see a standard PS5 with this slot, but no, the PS5 is still like working in our favor. And I think this is part of the reason why. I think this is part of the reason why again that Sony was hesitant on what I was about to say, on backwards compatibility, because they knew that with a all digital version, it's not going to be feasible. What's the point of an all digital version if they're gonna probably have these next generation. They're gonna have these last gen games, these games that you want to play. They're gonna have this stuff like on the PlayStation Store. They're gonna have these games for you to purchase on the PlayStation Store. That's why they're trying to push things like PS Now, Xbox Game Pass, stuff like that, because they want you to pay for this stuff. They know this is the future of gaming. They understand that an all digital future is inevitable, and that's like that kind of scares me as a gamer. I don't want an all digital future. You see them pushing this stuff because that's what it's going for. So that kind of wavelength. So that's two things I already see wrong with next generational consoles. I see them not really changing much from the standard box format. I see them not changing too much. They just give you more of what you had. That's say they're going to give you perfect 4K, even some 8K, some 10 or 12 teraflops. Faster SSDs to load seamlessly worlds and games. Like you can go into a next game in under seconds now. That's all they're doing for this generation. Next generation, No, and when it comes down to it, you want me to add on a third bus? Most of these launch games, they're going to be cross-platform with previous generation. So before you actually get true next gen, might be a couple of years before you actually get this, because this generation barely took off. They're just now getting into their stride of next generation of gaming. When you look at games like The Last of Us 2, Halo Infinite, God of War, they just now get into that next gen gaming feeling. What with Nintendo with the Wii U, the Wii U kind of gave Nintendo kind of a break, which I'm happy because they was able to come out swinging first year with the Nintendo Switch with game on top of game on top of game on top of game. Take a break 2018, came back in 2019, game on top of game on top of game on top of game. This is what Nintendo did. They focus more on the gaming aspect of the console generations, and a lot of people hate Nintendo for doing that. But then again, it is needed. I think Nintendo's the only one who focus on the actual gaming aspect. Don't just focus on the technological aspect of gaming. Focus on the next gen gaming as well, because that next gen gaming is because you want actually people to feel like you're playing a next gen game. This game is doing stuff that other gen couldn't do. This game is actually doing things games that I couldn't do this previous gen. It's the controllers feel different, the system feels different, everything feels different. Don't just make it just look different with the same feel to it. But that's just all that these console generations are coming up to be. I love, I love like the primary. I love next gen game. I love gaming in general, but I cannot sit here and act like I'm hyped for next gen when I already predicted what next gen was going to be. I already predicted what next gen was going to be. I already told you what it was going to do. I already told you what next gen was going to do. And look, it's not doing much. It's not doing much. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm gonna still get an Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5, but I'm getting it because the games interest me. Games like Ratchet and Clank, which might be a PS4 game too, but Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, the Spider-Man Morales game. I actually want to try out that Kenna game that might be a PS4 game. Um, I actually want to try out Halo. I actually want to try out Hellblade, um Sasona Saga. I actually want to try that out too. So yeah, it's a lot going on, with the games, but it's not a lot going on with the consoles. That's just the thing. But I don't think like you're gonna see more of the same. I'm telling you, when next gen actually kicks off, you're gonna see more of the same from this generation right here. I'm gonna tell you that. Keep this in mind when you come back to it. But anywho, that's all I got for you guys today. I tried to put some Naruto up. I will try to put some Naruto up for you guys. I try to put like a good podcast up. I hope y'all enjoyed this KahunaCAST Mini, where I just give you some mini segments of what I think and what I thought. I'm sorry for all the interruptions. I usually I should have done this at night, but hey, tomorrow we're gonna play through the first hour. We're gonna play around in the Isle of Armor tomorrow, so be looking out for that one. I don't know what time. Um, I put out a note video before we do it. So it's your boy Kahuna Silver signing out. Deuces, I'm out. This thunderstorm is raging, and mom is begging me to cut this thing off. So yeah, deuces.